Life is full of peaks and valleys. Sometimes you up, sometimes you down. Sometimes you on the mountaintop, sometimes you in the valley. The key is to remember in the valley what you knew on the mountaintop. God is the same God on top that he is when you on the bottom. You've got to have faith and stay tight to that. Like that's got to be a part of your DNA, because the world is going to throw all they got at you. You will get hit in your mouth. You will have to go through some things. But the key is to remember who you are and remember whose you are. My mama used to say when I was a kid, like, what goes on in this house stays in this house. That means when you go out the front door, the world has to know that you are giving them your best offense, even when you don't feel like it's your best offense. I remember some years ago, my wife and I was going through our struggle, and things was horrible for me. Like, I was having a hard time. Like, I couldn't get my emotions together, all kinds of stuff. So I reached out to one of the elders in the church, a female elder in the church. And, she was a really good friend to me. And I asked her if we could talk, and she invited me over to our house for dinner. Me and her and her husband, we sat down and she counseled me. And one thing that she said to me, I'll never forget. She said, "You got to know how to cry to the bridge." And I said, "What do you mean?" And Lord, I hope she forgive me for telling her story, but it was a testimony that really helped me when I was in a dark place. And she talked about going through a bad situation in her life with her marriage and things like that, and things wasn't going the right way, but she had to go to work every day and perform at her job. She's a social worker. She had to go and perform at her job every day, put her stuff to the side to help other people get through their pain. And on her way to work, there was this bridge she had to go across. And on the other side of the bridge was the driveway to her job. And she told herself that she was allowed to cry every day. But when she got to the bridge, she had to stop and get herself together. So she walked into the job, and she's absolutely A-okay. And that ministered to me. It absolutely ministered to me. I remember it to this day. Sometimes in life, you're going to have to do the hard stuff and do the hard stuff. But you got to remember who you are and whose you are. And what you got going on ain't everybody's business. The best offense is a good defense. Sometimes the left hand ain't got to know what the right hand is doing. One of my favorite people, Peyton Manning. I was never a Colts fan or a Broncos fan, but I was a Peyton Manning fan because he would get out there on the field and his offense would be driven by confusing the defense.
Short Ox, Richmond, Florida, Buffalo, 97 double. Louisville Soul Train.
That was his way of confusing defense, because they didn't need to know what he had going on. They didn't need to know about the injuries. They didn't need to know who was on his line and who was weak, who wasn't performing at their best. It wasn't their business. What his business was to find the weakness in the defense and expose it. And he did it play after play after play after play. And that's got to be the encouragement for everybody out there. You put on your best face, and you believe in who you are, and you believe in your faith, and you go out there and you execute. And then when you're done executing, execute again until at the end of the day, the victory is won. Hey, look, it's your man, Mac. It's been my motivation for this week. I want you to gather yourself. Understand that you got everything in you to win. When you can see the invisible, you can do the impossible.